All right. So what was your question about what's gayer?
Oh, no. All right. We can get to that in a minute.
Okay.
What I was about to say is here's why we're going to start this. Jordan I thought he was asking for a Truly. And then I thought he asked for another flavor of Truly. And that made me make a new man rule, which is you're allowed to drink Trulies and White Claws, but you were never allowed to ask for a specific flavor. Yo, you're never allowed to
I didn't ask for a flavor. I asked for a Miller.
No, you wanted a Miller High Life. What I'm saying is like a mistake I made in my brain made me make a new man rule, which is no grown man that I'm going to respect drinking a Truly can be like, I don't really like the blackberry. Can I get the mango passion fruit? I'll be like, bitch, how about you get the hell out of my house?
The acai gives me a really bad hangover the next day.
Yeah, it's like,
I can't.
No, you can drink Trulies and you can drink White Claws, but you are not allowed to have a flavor that you like.
If you're,
I like that.
Man rule.
I don't get the point of seltzer. If you're going to drink that garbage, just drink water. What is the point?
Water don't get you drunk, baby.
Yeah, well, yeah, water gets you drunk on life, but not the dark shit.
I was thinking about seltzer water, not the.
Oh, you talking about just regular seltzer water?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, what is it called?
Oh, seltzer water. Seltzer water is for drug addicts. Like that's for people that you can't have a drink, so you got to have something. You can't just have flat water. You need something. That's about as far as you can go.
Bro, I'd rather
spice this water up a little bit.
I'd rather ask for apple juice, to be honest.
Bro, that's funny. That is just for like heroin addicts. Heroin addicts just drink Perrier.
Yeah, with a lime, bro. You're good.
Man, you see this guy?
Is it LaCroix or LaCroix?
You see this guy sipping a bourbon and the other guy's like drinking his apple juice.
The spice of life.
Yeah, 10 years recovery.
But what was the hypothetical? The other one.
Should we start with this? We're gonna start with this. This is.
I guess yeah.
This is controversial, baby.
Yeah, Jordan brought it back. We'll get to it later. We can get to it later. I kind of think it's funny that we bring it up and then we keep
stay tuned,
kicking it.
Controversial shit's coming, baby. about marker. I ain't even tell you what marker.
It's a wild ass shit. The words you use, but the question's great. It's a thinker.
It's a thinker.
Yeah, and we'll get to that tonight at 8.
Right, you just have to like us first, so we'll get to it eventually. Right,
nigga, I got an audience, bro. They know what they're getting themselves into. They like us.
How about we pose the question then?
Is that where you want to go?
Okay.
All right, and here's the thing. All right, like if we're gonna ask, like, so the question is which is more homosexual. But don't look at it. But don't look at it like that. Look at it like if you were a conservative father. All right, put yourself in the mind of a conservative father. Which one are you more okay with at Thanksgiving?
All right, so
you know what I mean. That's a better way of thinking. It's a thought experiment.
Yeah.
This isn't bigotry. It's thought experiment.
It's character work too, because the listeners have to put themselves in the shoes of a conservative father on Thanksgiving.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so how do we get into that space? How can we all get into the space of...
So you're a conservative father on Thanksgiving. Which one are you cooler with your son showing up with? A man, a bona fide looking dude with the equipment of a woman. Straight up, it's all down there. It's all of the nooks and crannies.
It feels nastier than the other day.
Or a chick, full blown, beautiful, nice, everything. 7-inch Warhammer.
Ooh.
That shit's Mjolnir.
Yeah. 7-inch Beelzebub.
And yes, it's bigger than your son's too.
Yeah.
So which is it?
Yeah. Which is it? Which are you more concerned? Because like that whole thing of like, yo, which one's more gay? That's kind of played out because it doesn't add any context. This is adding context because you're adding the people who would actually have a problem with some of it.
Yeah. If I'm a conservative father, I think I'm gonna go dude with the vagina. I'm gonna get not instead of the 7-inch Fats Domino.
The 7-inch.
Yeah, I think that one, because that one's almost like more of a novelty, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's more of a novelty. You can kind of, it's almost, I don't know.
What questions would you be asking yourself? You're that dad. You're sitting there. You're having to cut up the turkey. You just cut up a turkey. Your wife's pulling the candied yams out of the oven. and you hear they see the car pull up, and they're like, fucking Freddy's here. And then you like walk in the house, and you're like, Mom, meet Dale. Dale's got a vagina.
Dale's got a vagina, yeah. A dude with a vagina is more comfortable because I feel like a lot of men these days act like they have vaginas. So I feel like inherently.
You think it's par for the course?
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
I guess there's women that act like they have dicks too, though. That's also rampant.
That's true. What I would go with is a dude who has a dick. That's it.
There you go.
No bullshit.
And then just not go to Thanksgiving.
Because you're also
like,
a conservative.
Fry anyway, and they don't even have good mac and cheese. And what the hell is green bean casserole?
Even
We're gonna have hot. I will give you some of my green dick casserole.
the son's conservative. That's how he wants his gayness. Just a guy with a dick.
Dude, that is conservative gay now.
Yeah.
Conservative gay is just gay.
Conservative LGBTQ guy with a dick likes another guy with a dick.
Yeah.
You are
dude on dude.
You can start a
What
church.
is this, the 1960s?
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I was talking to Angel about early 1920s opium dens. Like the way they're depicted in movies.
Yeah.
Don't they look so cozy?
Yo, they look cool as shit. I would do that. They make me want to do opium.
Right? Like everything in that room's handmade. Like the furniture's handmade.
Bro.
The
It's all
fucking
red.
curtains.
It's all red and sexy. It looks
Yeah,
looks like the inside of the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
They'll show like some slum. Every movie that shows them is a slum in New York in a back alley where people pouring shit in the streets, and like a cat's just got like the mange or something like that, and rabies. And there's like people like, please, sir, can I have a quarter? And you just go in this opium den, and it looks like the grotto at the Playboy Mansion.
Yes.
And it's just people just chilling, bro.
And then you just hit that long pipe and then take a nap,
Yeah, I
dude.
wonder why they make you smoke out of them long pipes, dude.
I think it's that. Is it flair?
It's style, bro.
Right? Yeah,
Style, baby.
that's not function.
No, bro.
Is opium still like used anymore?
Yeah, you ever been to West Virginia, baby?
I will now.
They mix that shit with fentanyl just to keep people from having it too good.
I don't think there's opium dens. There's just college kids
There is
strung
It's
out in their room, right?
I was talking to George. Did you say that? Do they still make opium? Yeah. Like opium, not the den.
Opium.
It's
That's a good point.
Oxycontin, dude.
Oh no, I
What are you
mean,
talking about?
it's Oxycontin and stuff, but it's like it's weird how like in the 1920s, there's a weird dynamic that y'all are talking about now that you could think of as like that back in the day, like they were like done in like on tufted couches with gold and red, like silk and satin and stuff. And now
We're seeing the same thing,
now
bro.
It's done in an abandoned Detroit house. You know what I mean? With like 3 dudes just like with their skin peeling off. Like it's weird. It's weird how we've changed what it looks like.
So Angel poses the thing where he's saying it was never like that. It was a crack house like it was today.
Yo, you think that
there was
makes
no
more sense.
right. Yeah,
That makes more sense.
Bro, you got listen.
That makes more because it's the same drug. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean? That it
packed
wasn't
the
that
house
glamorous.
full of fiends.
Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna have?
Yeah,
It's not-
unless it was like.
You're telling me it looks like a clean palace? Get out of here.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. Like, if you look at like old whorehouses and stuff too, our debauchery looks so much worse now because it's looked down upon. That shit used to be like an accepted part of society.
I saw the whorehouses in the Spartacus TV show, bro.
Yo, they were rancid.
They were looking, bro. It was crazy. Yo, you gotta watch that just to see what real orgies are supposed to look like.
Yo, ancient Greece orgies had to smell like damn.
Oof.
Had to smell like a waste.
Bro, that's what I was just thinking of. I was just thinking about that this week. I was like, it had to suck being gay back in the day, dude. Like, when you're-
That's why they went after little boys. Little boys don't smell yet.
oh man, that's
I need somebody that ain't got BO yet. Puberty makes you stink, dude.
All right.
God damn. Why did you even think
By the time you reach 13, it's just sauteed onions.
Yeah, it's just like
shit's gross.
Until Axe body spray was invented, they were just going after like the younger ones that didn't stink yet.
But no, are people using opium like the huffing and are they still doing that shit?
I don't think people. I have not seen anybody smoke opium ever.
And opium's tough to get, I think, because it's only like in Afghanistan and
Maybe
like,
you're supposed to smoke it. Maybe you're not supposed to take it in pill form.
it's from like poppy.
So you're saying you could be more functional?
I'm just saying it was an Arab thing, right? I mean, it grows in the Middle East a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the old opium dens were like a dodge to like Arabic culture, but most of the time they made it to be anti-Chinese, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like when they fought opium, they made it like basically anytime they fought a drug in this country, they were just like they're trying to fuck white women, and then they started attacking us.
Bro, the crazy thing is they were right though.
Yo, for sure.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean they were right?
You know how many people tell me, yo, if you offer coke to a white girl, dude, she'll suck your dick, and it works, and it actually works.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah,
all
absolutely.
the hustlers are like, oh man,
Absolutely,
this is the
dude.
greatest.
Dude, yeah.
So
For
if
sure.
we offer an Asian girl opium, would we get the same result?
No, they have self-control.
Yeah.
They have to control it. They have self-control.
It was anti-
That's why they invented Zen, so that they didn't get.
Yeah. That was their DARE program. was meditation and karate.
Damn, so you do like 12 hours at the dock and then go to an opium den?
Yo, for sure, dude.
Sounds terrible. But that's like my life now. Dog.
But what I'm saying is like, dude still work as hard. Like back when, like, all right, you look at this might be a tangent, I don't know, but like if you look at like the Old West and you look at like New York and stuff like they let whorehouses exist and they let like dens like that and stuff like that kind of like go under the radar because these dudes were working hard enough. It's like, yeah, dude, go smoke your little opium, drink your little laudanum, go to your whorehouse, like treat yourself, dude. Life sucks. You're working yourself to death. Go enjoy some of life. Now it's like they want you to work yourself to death and they want you to be ashamed of like, you know, corner hookers. It's sad. We've digressed.
So you think it's flipped, where like on the outside they were super conservative, but like an unspoken thing was like all these like.
I'm thinking we're this might be wild, but like we're ignoring the working class's need to have certain vices. And you need to bring them back.
Yeah, you gotta have a
Make
vice,
America
dog.
great again. For real this time.
Gotta have a vice.
Bring back whorehouses.
And Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
have Hillary
brothels
Clinton.
and opium dens. Yeah.
All right, so we're pro brothels, pro opium den.
Yeah, the cool ones, the fancy
Dude,
ones.
let's go. Dude, I'm
velvet,
saying,
red
dude,
and gold.
Yeah, but like a lot of these houses we look at now, it's like everybody's doing everything. People are smoking crack, people are smoking meth, people are snorting meth, people are doing like PCP. Like you need to have like designated like this is the place you go to do opium.
Oh, brother's gonna be like Marvel versus DC. It's like crack versus heroin.
Be with like-minded people, you know. Just be with your own folk. Like,
Yeah, we need to segregate drugs.
Oh, crack wins every day because they can stay awake. People on heroin, they're just asleep. That's some bullshit.
I think crack. If crack would have had a cooler name, I think it would have stood a chance to like just be like a recreational drug. But it's just like crack. You know what I mean?
all right, would you rather have you're forced to be best friends with a person? One's a crackhead, one's a heroin addict.
Heroin
With
addict.
heroin
I'm
addict.
gonna be friends with a heroin addict. I guess I don't know because it's like if you watch a lot of like what we were raised up on in like the 2000s of like skateboard culture, like all those guys that got on heroin, and I mean they killed everybody that did grunge, and those guys seem to be like, I don't know, crackhead might have a crackhead will have some free shit for you. You know what I mean? Like,
He's gonna.
you know, a crackhead brings you gifts like a cat.
A heroin junkie on withdrawal is a lot scarier than a crack.
Yeah, for sure. Like a heroin addict would be fun to do,
Yeah,
like to
fucking-
make music with for a while.
Yeah, when a crackhead,
That's a good point.
When a crackhead
Maybe
is
crackhead.
when a
Crackhead?
crackhead is on withdrawal and he wants to get more crack, he becomes a Jew, dog. So
Yo, for sure.
he's over here wheeling and dealing, dog.
Yeah, Yo,
Cleaning
for sure.
shit, going out working,
Yeah, man.
Yo, dude, for sure.
day laboring out there.
Yo, I changed my mind. I'm gonna be friends with a crack addict so I can get free
This guy
drills and
does
skill saws.
this guy does like 18 different scams in one day. Just
Like,
to get,
if I was friends with a crackhead, I would wait for him to start coming down and just drive him by construction sites and be like, "Yeah, man, I wonder how many tools is in that shit."
Yo.
I wonder if myself that same thing. I'd be like, "Yeah."
Crackhead would be way more useful.
Yeah,
way
but
more.
I wonder how much copper's in that building. Like, even a non with his teeth.
Like I heard there's about
People
25
used to do
pounds.
this
In
in
there.
the 80s.
I feel like there's a lot of copper in that building. What you think? Just hold him in your car and wait for him to start coming down, like start to scratch a little bit, and be like, "Man, just start driving him by places." Like, yo, man, I bet you could break into the back of that construction truck, and that wouldn't nobody ever catch you, dude.
If you had to sell crack or heroin for like 3 months, which one do you pick?
Heroin. Way more money.
Okay.
Dude, you'd be way more rich off of heroin in 1 month.
And we have to sell it, right? Morals are off the table here, right?
Which one's the hardest drug? What do y'all think the hardest drug to get out of selling was? Like, let's say you wanted to dip your toes, make a couple, like, $10, $20, $30, $40,000 and then wanted to get back out. What do you think the hardest drug to get out of selling is?
Heroin.
Probably.
Heroin's so hard to get. If you know somebody that has like actual heroin, boy, that dude must have like 40 hitmen. Dog, he is connected
for sure. He's coming to get you, dude.
That's a more high-profile drug dealer.
Like, I'm thinking about going back to college. He's like, nah.
No, it's just it's really tough to get like real heroin now. It's all fentanyl because the fentanyl.
Yeah,
a shoebox brings you like $2 million.
Dude, and it's like,
damn,
and you can just order that stuff from China. Like,
yeah,
you can just order it online.
Yeah, and opium was like
every documentary
in Afghanistan.
Every fentanyl documentary is just like, this is how easy it is to get from China. Go to www.chinafentanyl.com and just start talking to somebody. You can have fentanyl today. Like it's like, let's dial back documentaries a little bit on showing exactly how.
Do they tell me how it gets in a fucking Snickers bar? And so like somebody like like the
by the way, Halloween's coming up. Check your children's candy. Check your children's candy for Chinese fentanyl. Joe Biden and the Biden administration won't tell you about this because they're in cahoots with them. But nah, dude.
I found a gram of blow in my Reese's peanut butter cup.
You say what?
I found a gram of blow in my Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yo.
So you better get back there and suck that guy's dick. Shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You guys, I was thinking about this.
You know how many adults would be trick or treating if drugs were in candy? I mean, I'd be trick or treating, bro. I mean, if it was like some frivolous, if they were putting drugs in candy, kids wouldn't even be allowed to trick or treat.
And there's different ones too, and that's why the parents it forces the parents to check because the drugs are for the parents.
Yeah.
So you might get a Xanax, you might get a fucking.
I would go like how people get dependents on their taxes. I'd go have a dependent I was trick or treating with. I'd be like, yo, can I borrow your kid for like 3 hours? I'll take him out. Don't even worry tonight. Y'all have a glass of wine, have some good sex. I'm taking your kid out trick or treat.
And there's always that one guy who he only has barbiturates. Like, fuck that guy.
Like, listen here, Jordan Peterson. Sorry, but I'm not trying to feel okay.
Was that the pink peanut? Damn, that shit.
What, Xanax?
No, the pink peanut
pink
candy.
Peanut? Oh, you're talking about the
circus peanuts?
Yeah, the orange peanuts. Oh, that was terrible.
Gosh.
That and candy corn.
I actually enjoy candy corn.
You like candy corn?
Yeah,
I just don't like the taste.
But much later, like growing up, I hated that shit and the butterscotch.
The taste doesn't do much. I don't really care about, like, the taste is okay. It's just that texture, man. That grainy, gritty candy corn texture. I don't like that.
That might be its only redeeming quality for me. Like that hard sugar, like,
that it's texture,
like yeah.
It feels like real sugar, like you're eating like an old Mountain Dew.
Like it's just like a fucking condensed mountain. It's a Mountain Dew diamond, is what it is.
When you put a lot of pressure on a Mountain Dew,
it turns into
you get a candy corn. For sure, yeah, hell yeah, dude. We might have just made a fact,
dude. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's this is just a bunch of smart guys. We're this is a nerd. Astrophysics podcast.
I was just thinking, like, we look like if Lin-Manuel wrote a biopic about the Beatles. Look at all the lonely people. I'm Puerto Rican.
People of color.
Yeah. We all live in a very diverse submarine.
Hey, speaking of drugs, if you're gonna do cocaine, you should just do meth because
wrong.
No, it's meth gets a bad rap and it deserves it. It's a life ruiner. But if you're going to do cocaine, you might as well do meth because meth has it. It's cheaper. It's stronger.
We're pro meth podcast,
and that brings us to our sponsor.
Even with the drugs, he's a Jew.
That's funny,
dude. At what point are you just like, you know what, dog? I'm gonna actually spend $5 more.
The black side of it's trying to sell it to people. Come on, man. God damn.
He's stretching his drug dollar out right there. He's fucking.
I bet you could sell.
That sounds like a man who ran out of cocaine that just has some meth.
Dude, I bet you.
Like, if you're gonna do cocaine, you might as well do a little bit.
If a gram of coke was 90, but you came to
Jordan
over here.
You know who really says that? Anybody in the bathroom of a gay club.
I bet you could swindle Jordan for like 5.
Which I have been many
sales
times.
in a row.
So he got his meth.
I bet you could swindle Jordan with 5 sales in a row, dude, by just dropping the price by $10, dude, and selling him soap. He will convince himself it could be
my
real.
man smoking oregano. My man's cheapness creates a placebo effect.
Yeah, I have bought oregano, and it was from you, Angel.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Angel's out here selling CBD.
Yeah, he.
I've done that before.
I know.
See, with Angel, it's either the weed is amazing, or you're like, this shit is fucking. What is this? This shit's from outside. This is on my lawn.
Yeah.
What is that?
I know they're lying. They didn't know. You know how I know they're lying? Because
He builds tolerance breaks into his sales.
He's doing it for you, baby.
The way I did it, if they bought an eighth, I would give him 2.5 of the real thing and a gram of the fake CBD.
Man, who cuts weed?
No, here's I had to. Like when
somebody cut weed.
Yes. No, here's what happened. Somebody sold me fake shit, so you're getting sold right back.
I mean, you'd have to pass. You pass the cost on to the customer.
Yeah, I'm not taking.
And that customer was me, motherfucker. That customer was me.
If you're dealing with Angel, you dealing with an economist.
Yeah. I'm a nice guy, dog. I could have sold you the whole fake thing.
This is trickle down fuckonomics.
And you see how I did it? I gave you more of the real thing, so you didn't even know. So I was like, all right, I got the fake thing.
I mix this shit up like bingo balls. You don't know.
I can sit with this fake thing forever, dog. It's gonna move. Whether you want it or not, you
Puerto Rican roulette. That's how you play Puerto Rican roulette. Is this real weed? Is this shit CBD? We about to find out. I say mix it with a glass of nice red wine, so you won't be able to tell the difference.
Yo, I saw a meme and it made me think of your weed, Angel. It said niggas out here selling weed you gotta drink a beer with.
Nah, they don't do that shit.
That's hard. They don't do that shit, dude.
Yeah, you buy weed from me, bro. I tell you, it's outside under the mat.
Memes are peak comedy. Good memes are.
That's fucking.
That's peak, dude. A good meme will hit some shit that I mean, comedy probably used to hit, but there's like so many people making memes now that it's like every blind squirrel can catch a nut every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, there's people using memes in conversation, like passing it off as their own, not like quoting it. Like,
people meme stand up.
Yeah,
they pass off as their own. You know what I mean? They'll just change a word here or a word there.
Yeah,
it's like that's just 95% plagiarized, my man.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that.
Plagiarize 15 words. Bruh, I understand plagiarizing an essay. You plagiarize 15 words. Think for yourself.
What the hell would meme stand up? Like you done ran out of every idea.
Dude,
stand
no, people mean like what was I can't remember. I'll think of one, but I read one recently where I was just like, that's a stand up bit. No, it was like I remember it because it was an old Dan Soder bit, and I don't know if he got it. I have no idea, but it was a Dan Soder bit where he was talking about he was like, breaking up must have been easier in the 90s, the 1690s, because you could just tell them she was a witch and they'd burn her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. He goes into a thing. It was real funny the way he delivered it. He delivered it to a crowd. They laugh. But then somebody was just like something about like technology was easier to deal with in the 90s, the 1890s, because I just got to use a loom, or it was something. It was some like it was some lady on Twitter that had like really brought it down to like distilled it to it went. It was just bad.
Man, I hate.
You see that a lot. That happens a lot. When you watch enough stand up, you see like, that's that joke. That's one of their jokes. That's one of their jokes. That y'all change a couple of words here or there, but it's the same thing. It's the same essence.
Speaking of 1890, Watch this segue. Speaking of 1890, the Queen is dead. How do you guys feel about the Queen? I feel like
I stand with Ireland. I stand with Scotland. I'm with them boys over there. However, I don't know how I feel, but however the drunkest Scottish man feels right now, same.
So that's anti-Queen. Angel, you're pro-Queen, right? All right, Jordan, what are you?
We talking about the band, or we talking about the old bitch? I know we're talking about the old bitch. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, two very different reactions to the Queen.
Two very different things, man.
To Queen. How do you feel about the Queen being dead?
I think it's a good thing for America. Why? Because fuck her. That's why.
Who's taking her place?
Is it going to be? Good question.
See, no,
Charles.
I've asked 45 Americans this and don't know. We don't know.
Charles
shit
is
about
already the
anything
king.
going on over there.
Charles is already the king.
And if I ask one motherfucker that pretends he likes soccer over here, who takes her
like
place,
soccer.
and she, well, you're allowed to like soccer.
No, I just started liking soccer. That shit's
For
fire,
real?
dog.
Man, you hipster ass.
That shit is fire, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Aaron. American dudes. Yeah,
If I find an American dude with a soccer shirt on at a brewery,
Yeah, you about to
they're
see
trying to be
me.
different.
and I ask him who takes the Queen's place and he don't know, take your fucking soccer jersey off.
Yeah, they're trying to be
Take
different.
your soccer jersey off, you damn hipster. You're just looking for a way to be like different and American. I'm sick of this shit.
but still
Watching
athletic.
baseball, baby.
But still
I don't even
athletic.
like baseball,
Yeah,
but you need to be watching.
MLS got an Apple deal. Fuck out of here, bro.
Watch cricket.
I like sports.
Cricket's way better
that's-
sport than soccer.
No, that's got to be the worst sport. What's the worst
soccer,
sport?
Street soccer is cool as women swimming.
I'm not, dude. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like WNBA is so boring, dude.
Yo,
and I didn't think that like just perfect, like doing perfect basketball would be so boring.
Brittany Griner, the lady that got caught in Russia or whatever. 9 years is way too long. But you want to know? Tell you what a worse sentence would be to send her back to the WNBA because that's awful.
Bro, nobody's watching that. Pull the plug, man.
Yo.
Just pull the plug.
Yo,
No, here's why soccer
she's
sucks.
the most famous WNBA player ever for getting arrested.
She's 26 of the 29 dunks in the WNBA.
With a vape pen.
Yo,
No, here's why soccer sucks. Soccer sucks because it's guys expending all of their energy running for 90 minutes for scores of 0.
you watch.
That's some
Dude,
bullshit.
I watch soccer and I'm like, what could these athletes have done?
Nah,
more
because
productive?
football,
Anything.
American football is the same way. Because if you break it down, 21-7 is just a score of 3-1
I'm not
in
talking about
American
shit.
I'm
football.
not talking about scoring.
Yeah, but
My
no,
dumb
Yeah,
ass
but-
people,
but if it's a
my people watch NASCAR. There ain't no score.
No,
you
you're-
just go around in circles and you drink.
Dude,
beer.
everybody-
Yeah, but a score of
perfect
three,
sport.
but a score of 3-1 in soccer is like an all-time fucking record.
But here,
they
Nah,
end
I
games
just-
with 0-0.
That's enough to cause a war.
I just seen the New York
Between
Yankees.
Pakistan and
I just seen
Mexico.
the New York Yankees of soccer in English football. They got beat 6-0, dog. I think everybody got fired.
Dude, for sure they should.
The entire radio show.
Jorge Steinbrenner.
Bro, they're all, dude. Their payroll is like something
fired.
crazy, like $300 million a year. They make more money. Those soccer players. They make Jesus money, bro.
Oh, dude, no, they make billions.
They make Vatican
like
money.
yo, for sure, dude. They get paid in virgins and children and like. I'm not. I'm almost certain. Like, if one sport could bring back slavery, it'd be soccer. They're just like, we'll give you people. We'll give you people to work your land.
Bro, think about this.
And most of the countries,
Like the hottest thing about
that play
soccer,
are-
the hottest thing about soccer is the way it's set up. Like, imagine if the Jets and the Browns sucked so much that because they were last in the standings, they dropped to D1.
Nah, dude. It's like,
Oh, shit.
Nah, bro.
Imagine
It's like-
that, though.
But it's too much to pay attention to. Soccer is the Lord of the Rings of sports. It's too much lore and not enough story. Not enough cool
Lord,
shit.
not enough ring.
Yeah.
Bro, why did you
Soccer's
just
the
say your line?
Lord of the Rings of sports, dude. It's just like, no, but you got to understand what's going on. But if I want a drama in sports, I just watch WWF. It's way more fun.
And the Mexicans suck at soccer. They're very surprising. They're like one of the worst ever, dog. They are god awful.
Yeah, but they're really good at building the stadiums when they come to town. I'm sorry. That was racist.
Like, yeah. What?
Are Mexicans amazing at baseball?
Nope.
I know Dominicans are, Puerto Ricans are Mexicans.
Mexicans are not really good
What
at
are
anything.
Mexicans
No.
good at?
Being on,
That's not a,
being
that's not
at
a
work
question
on
I feel like I'm
time,
allowed to ask.
Building
Being at work on
infrastructure.
time.
Yeah, no,
They're
for
good
sure.
at that.
snitching on you
For
for
sure.
not working.
They're good at working. Strong family unit.
Shuffling decks of social security cards.
Selling you out when you made a pact to
looking at you, Juan
demand higher wages from your
Carlos.
boss. So much for the union role.
Mexicans are good at telling on you.
Bro, did you ever see El Chapo's trial, dude? They were just snitching on each other, like. They were like,
like filing their fingernails. and stuff.
yeah, man. He killed that many people.
I saw him do it. It was pretty crazy. It was wild.
He did that.
It was a crazy
He did that
time.
too.
It was a crazy time.
I thought you tried to demand higher wages with like another Mexican dude, and he sold you out.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought my bad. I think it was. Then you brought up El Chapo.
Yeah.
So what did he just
yeah,
dipped on you?
no.
It was just you and another. It's a Mexican.
Oh, dude, I love Freddie because he thinks everything I say is true, and I'm like, Freddie, none of my bits are true.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't care. I started. None of them are true.
in a land of pure imagination.
Freddie was like, I liked your hemorrhoid bits better last week when you actually had them, and I said, Freddie, I didn't have hemorrhoids for a month.
That's such a wild. How you gonna be? I understand that's funny, but don't be telling jokes that don't get you laid that aren't true.
Right.
Don't be on stage just like, man, I got hemorrhoids and warts all over my dick.
No,
that's funny.
That
ain't true. Don't be telling
that one was true. I did have hemorrhoids, but not when I was doing the bits. I already healed from them.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
But I was acting like I still had
No,
them.
it's like doing breakup bits years after a breakup because you still remember that.
No. I was acting like I still had the hemorrhoids.
No, but
that's why he thought
that's still fine. It's still fine to be like acting like you're still like let's say.
Listen, don't trash my 5-year-old bit, motherfucker.
I can't
And
trash shit.
thing,
I ain't heard you do a bit in 4 years. I can't trash shit.
I just give them out now.
Anyway,
bro. You see my bits, Bill Lawton says
what are Mexicans good at?
nothing. I told you.
Everything.
Everything.
No, they're not.
They're good at cooking Italian food in Italian restaurants.
They're good at cooking Chinese food. In Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
They're good at following instructions.
No, but honestly though,
They're excellent
Chinese
worker
people
bees.
they cook their own food.
Yeah.
They're excellent worker bees.
Best quesadillas I ever had was this quesadilla place in New York. It was Asian people cooking them, and I feel like that was their one their one hit. Asian people cook the best. They used to make these jack cheese and chicken tortillas. They were Zagat rated.
I had
so bomb.
I had plenty of
Crushed
burritos
it, yeah.
in Dominican Republic. Way better than
Zagat
Mexican.
rated is like poor people's Michelin. That's broke, man.
What is poor people's Michelin?
That's middle class Michelin.
Blue collar fucking.
Yeah, that's blue collar Michelin.
Yeah,
baby.
man. Who is the poor people's Michelin? Who tells you like, yo, this is a good food?
Guy
Like,
Fieri.
that's fine.
Which I'm dressed like. This style was brought to you by Guy Fieri.
It's got to be Rachel Ray. Right?
Rachel Ray, maybe Paula Dean.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yo,
Paula
when she came out racist, I think even black people.
She's
were
not
like,
racist.
She made great
If
chicken.
you were born before the 1960s, you're allowed to say words that don't necessarily make it. You're just a product of your environment.
Yeah. You're just riding a wave. There's not really. You can't control where the wave takes you.
Yeah, it's weird how like people will look at serial killers and be like, he's a product of his environment. He was abused growing up, and he saw a lot of things that are making it. Like psychologists will do this, but psychologists will view a racist and be like, there's no saving.
That's because they
like you were looking at a serial killer and you made excuses for him. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro. That's because the arguments for racism was so ridiculous, dog. You had to be dumb.
That's true.
Did you ever?
It's true.
Did your history teacher ever refer to the Civil War as the War of Northern Aggression?
Did yours?
That's funny. I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
My teachers didn't really teach a whole lot. I went to public school in the South. We were just like,
Did you guys watch a lot of videos or a lot of like worksheets or something?
We watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off a lot. We didn't even watch new movies. We were watching movies that were my teacher's favorite movies growing up.
Was he like this is
Breakfast Club? Let's watch
I had a
Breakfast
pretty
Club.
good. Schools in Raleigh were pretty good,
2003.
man. Looking back, because
Y'all had really good schools up here. I had a deep South Southern education.
would he turn around and be like, "This is real movies right here. They're not that shit you guys are watching today."
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, have y'all seen Gone with the Wind?
I think like my teachers were smart enough that they didn't even bother with Shakespeare. They just brung a movie out for it.
Just made y'all watch like Romeo and
Yeah,
Juliet
yeah,
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And she's like, imagine this without guns.
Yeah.
They're like, imagine this.
Because even that
Same
movie
thing.
sucked. So you knew the book was just the play was terrible.
Well, that was like, I really want to go back and watch some of those movies that were like teenage heartthrob movies at our time to see if they were like equivalent in cheesiness to like Twilight and all this. Because it's easy to shit on this stuff now because we were old enough to shit on it. But like, there was some stuff that came out when I was 8, 9, 10 that just missed me.
Like
I
what?
hadn't hit puberty yet, like Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like, there was a lot of those movies that just
it's like
came out.
freshman.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's freshman in English.
Yeah.
English one was the Shakespeare.
You talking about Shakespeare?
She just put. I think she put like 3 of them too, like Hamlet and something else, because they're required.
Yeah, I read Hamlet. I remember Hamlet.
Nobody wants to read that shit except Jordan.
Dude, yeah.
You like Shakespeare, don't you?
Oh,
he likes him, dog. I told you. This guy's a snob, bro. This guy. If you can get 3 Frenchmen to say something is good, Jordan will be a fanboy of it, dog. I'm telling you, bro.
honestly, I don't think I ever read much of
The
Shakespeare.
French make good shit, dude. The French are all about sex and cigarettes, and I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
And bread
And bread. Carbohydrates, bro. Carbohydrates.
and cheese. I mean, they're really winning.
Bro, if they're
And
cooking
women
was
with
so
hairy
good, bro,
armpits.
there'd be French
hot.
restaurants everywhere.
Yeah,
you
that's
would
true.
have French snacks.
That's true.
Dog. Where are
I've
they?
never
Where
seen
are
a French
they?
restaurant.
Nobody's ever said, I'm about to go eat some French.
Dude,
Nobody said that.
I have.
Point. Yo, that's a good point. I don't even know where you can eat French around here. Where do you get French?
North Hills.
Do they also use the word hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, dude. You get all that shit, bro. You're in France when you're there, as far as I'm concerned.
You just had a French roadhouse. And like, can I get the rendezvous hibachi? Like, they're like, what?
It's something I gotta walk through like Chipotle and order it.
Yeah, it's in a food court.
No, but brunch is French with bruschetta and yeah, brunch is French.
I think French is so like ingrained in our culture, we don't even see it.
I don't think it is at all. Actually.
No. Like we
You,
always
if you
talk
want
about.
to see it, just go to New Orleans.
Yeah, like the French Quarter.
That place is a disaster, right?
I guess I don't
Do
know.
we need that much French influence? I think.
I think we're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The biggest thing about the French influence down there is what people smell bad.
They don't use deodorant.
I was in New Orleans.
I don't know anything about French. Like I've watched some French movies that were amazing, like great. You showed me some French movies for sure that were great. Like I mean, they're willing to. I don't know American foreign movies tackle shit American movies won't tackle.
Like what?
I don't know everything they do doesn't have to be some hero's journey.
You should
You
read,
know what I mean? Like we're big on the hero's journey. They're big on failure at every step of the way. Failure at every step of the way. This person doesn't learn a lesson. Movie ends.
Oh, you should. Oh,
Yeah.
You should read
Like,
Monte Cristo.
for example, the 400 Blows. That's the movie where the kid, he's a shitty kid, and he gets in trouble at school. His mom hates him. He goes to juvenile detention, and by the end of it, you know what he learns? Nothing.
Yeah.
Sounds
He
like,
learns nothing
He's
at all.
That
There was
sounds like
no
Catcher
point.
in the Rye.
Here's the thing about like foreign movies. Piece of shit goes through all of these life changes experiences. Comes out maybe a bigger piece of shit.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
no
and
lesson
but
learned.
it emulates life.
That
more.
sounds like Catcher in the Rye,
Yeah.
Mm.
which was an awful book.
Why was it an awful? I
They're
just
boring,
It didn't
dude.
make me
I'm not. I don't.
put it this
I don't
way, it
remember
didn't make me
anything.
wanna
I don't
kill
remember
nobody.
What's the plot?
That's the one where That's the one where Holden Caulfield, he's the college
Even the name
kid.
stunk, bro.
Holden Caulfield, yeah.
He's like in a preparatory.
He gets a hooker.
Yeah.
Beat up by a pimp. drinks.
And then ends up in a psych ward.
Oh,
The end.
Is that how that book ended? It was so boring. I didn't really.
Dude, he
really
was like, it was just
I
him
didn't put it in
complaining
my
all the
brain.
time about something, dude. It was just awful.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Boring.
And what's funny is that in the book, Holden, he's the main guy. He talks at length about how much he hates phonies. Yeah, fuck, they're all
phony.
phonies. But any person who likes that book is a phony.
Yeah.
That book sucked.
That
man.
book is
That book
whack.
sucked, dog.
It's
Except
not
for the guy who
good.
shot John Lennon.
There's
and
too
that
many-
was good job. That was
there's
original.
too many good
It was a very
books.
original thing. To do.
Like they probably
Then they got to kill John Lennon to say it was Catcher in the Rye. But like
they probably print 1,000.
That's right. That's correct. Right. Look it up. The guy who killed John Lennon was just like, I was inspired by Catcher in the Rye.
What?
That's original. That's the most original person who's ever liked that book.
John Lennon?
Well, no, the guy who shot John Lennon.
Oh.
Wife beaten.
Damn, inspired good things.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shitty book, dog, with good ending.
That's the real art. What art causes in the world is what art
Yeah,
is.
can somebody get like these
So the
school
fact that
shooters
book
to shoot
caused John Lennon
Congress?
to get shot. Yeah.
Why don't they shoot up like a politician's fucking?
Nobody shoots up anybody that deserves it.
Y'all think about that now that you bring that up. Y'all ever think about this? I think about this a lot. Like the Uvalde thing and a lot of the school shootings and a lot of this stuff. It always, every time that happens, it makes me think like, oh, yo, they're not watching us as closely as we think they are.
Or they're setting it up, right?
Either they're setting, either it's all false flag and they're setting it up. Well, that's the Robert Frost diverge. You know what I mean? That's the pass in the
I hear
forward.
it all the time, man. That they're
It's
like,
either false flag, they set it up, CIA made it happen, or they're not watching us as
I
much
hear
as
it
we
all
think they
every
are.
time those shooting happens. Like, yeah, they got reports like 3 months ago that he was doing something, but they didn't follow up on it. So it's
He was on
Police were dumb.
www.com he was on www.howtoshootupaschool.com and buying guns.
He put
and stuff like
a banner up at the front of his house saying, "I'm going to shoot up this school on November 12th at 9:43."
Yeah. It's funny though that like now they don't blame it on music anymore like they did with like Columbine happened. When Columbine happened, they were all about
telling you, dog, it's
blaming
the
it on
internet,
music.
man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's poison, bro.
I mean, the internet is like the internet to me seems to be like
I got
a great tool for shaking the bees or wasp nests of schizophrenia.
As soon as I figure out how to get paid by this scam, I'm going to start an organization that's going to start a campaign to de-anonymize the internet.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure out how I can get paid.
Dude, I was thinking about it. Yo, that's funny. I was thinking about it the other night. Like the first guy who realized he could put an anime face.
Oh, dude.
Like
That guy's a
you know,
jackass.
like there's people who like pave new paths in the world. Like the first guy on the internet who was just like, yo, I can be like
anybody I
Gobbler.
want.
I can become Gobbler 420.
Oh yeah.
And I can just talk shit. to
Either talk
everybody I
shit
know.
or get any man to fall in love with me.
Yeah,
As long as he's a fucking nerd, I've got him.
Dude, yeah, Monte Te'o. What's his name? Monte Te'o.
Bro, the psyche, because somebody that's doing that, they don't do just one person. They got like 3 people on the hook, right?
Well,
Like,
and
like the joy you must
dude,
get
for
from
sure. Of just like just playing God with like being a woman in 10 different guys' lives.
affecting people at very deep levels. Like,
It's just imagine that guy just like send me a picture with a spoon on your head, and you'd be like, I got a bitch with a spoon on your head. Right? And you just drop that shit in that shit.
yeah.
Like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you got every scenario lined up. You're just like, yo, I got
That's
a chick
awesome,
with a
dude.
Spoon on her head. Today's newspaper, a little bit of Photoshop. Click. Dale from Nebraska will never be able to tell the difference. It's got to be like you're playing God, dude. But you got to wonder what, like, all right, so that part of the genome or that part of like genetics has always existed. Where was that before the internet? What do you think, guys? I mean, you know, like where?
What are you talking about? They were autistic people.
No, I mean, I know they're
We
autistic,
hit 'em
but
under the cupboard.
what avenue did they take out? Whatever that is that exists inside of them. What avenue do you think that? I always think about those correlations of like a serial killer was probably like this, you know, or could probably be used as this in another life, or could probably be used as this in another society. So like before the internet existed, guys who like to catfish people, where did they?
Oh.
What were they in society?
Okay. All right.
You know.
Damn.
They were the same thing, but they scammed in real life.
Right, but they can't just
identity thieves.
Right, but they couldn't be. But they couldn't be like drag queens because
maybe spies. Do you think they like got off like being spies?
They're catch me if you can.
That's a good point.
You notice two people flirting from afar, and then you drop a note. Like the girl leaves, and then you drop a note on the guy's fucking thing and say, "Hey, meet me here tomorrow at 8:30."
Oh.
And then so he comes back. There's no girl.
Yeah, you just rob his ass.
Yeah. You could take it to that extent.
Or maybe it's just that's where their brains are smart and they like playing games, like they like game theory or whatever it is, and it's just like the sinkholes of intelligence. You know, like comedy could even be considered like a sinkhole of intelligence. You know what I mean? There's like sinkholes of intelligence where people are like they're walking along and they're guys with like a big old brain on their head and they just fall into the sinkhole of like, I'm gonna be a catfish or I'm gonna be a troll or you know
yes.
They just fall in these traps of like that brain could have been used for like nuclear physics.
Talk about comedy is writing.
Yeah, but I mean writers' intelligence could be used for something more productive than I mean, I guess it's necessary, but like
I know what you mean though, yeah.
Like I'm just saying like there's intelligence traps where like a serial killer. Do you know how much stress and like, you could be the CEO of a company, but some little wiring difference was off, and now you're like killing people and hiding it, and dealing with that stress and that emotional like sociopathy and psychopathy of like keeping dead bodies under your house while you're eating dinner with your family at a dinner table. You know what I mean? Like somewhere those. Is that addiction? Serial killing? Is that a type of addiction? Probably, I
right?
think so. And intelligence. Most of them are like I don't know if there's any truth to that, but most of them are like, you know, considered intelligent. You know, like the Hannibal Lecter is the quintessential stereotypical serial killer.
That's just to save face for the victims because nobody wants to be like, nobody wants to be like, yo, that guy killed you. That's the dumbest motherfucker. That's the dumbest one.
Oh man, that's really funny. God damn it.
32 people got killed by a retard.
That's to make Ted Bundy be a genius because if he's just a fuckboy that was killing chicks, they're like, how do you tell that to somebody's dad?
Yeah.
You're like
it's like the village idiot just fucking.
Yeah, you know Forrest Gump. Imagine if he was killing people.
Yeah.
That's who your daughter got killed by.
Bro, imagine you see my body, dude, and there's like a box and a stick beside it.
Yo, Freddie, that's fucking hilarious. That's just a ploy to like so families can like feel like she just got outsmarted.
Yeah.
she checkmated and she didn't get
some weirdo.
She wasn't sucking dick in a van and got stabbed to death. She was checkmated by a maniacal Lex Luthor of murder.
Some weirdo was tying a shoe and she stepped back, fell, and hit her head, and he just happened to be like, he's like, I'm gonna chop her up, I guess.
Oh man, that's so funny. That it's just dumbasses out there killing people, like. Because it would be, the thing about that, you know how hard it would be for a detective who systematically thinks things like to catch a fucking retard. That he can like I've worked with engineers before and like tried to bring them down my way of thinking about things, and they're like, I can't.
Oh, dude, they never go with it.
Yeah,
regular people never go with it.
Follow you, dude. I can't follow anything you're saying.
Hold on.
The regular people cannot follow my train of thought.
No, yeah, for sure.
Hold on.
Dude.
They're like, how did you get there?
So you're saying there's a chance that Ted Bundy was like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Where he's just accidentally kind of, and he's just killing bitches left and right.
He's Mr. Magooing murders.
Inspector Gadget.
He slips on a banana and knocks a woman into like a...
And he's like, oh, well, I can't just leave this body here. I gotta...
Into a knife, but he knows enough that it's illegal. And it's just like, because it's like eating people is the dumbest solution to killing them. It's like, damn. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I going to do? I guess I'll eat this idiot.
Yeah.
Cannibalism is just pure stupidity.
He doesn't want to leave the body there because he doesn't like littering. He's like, I can't just leave this mess here.
Yeah, it's like dude, because cannibalism is the dumbest solution to a dead body. It's like, I'll just cook this thing.